So of course, this couldn't happen without sponsors. So the money has to come from somewhere. And the effort comes from so many different people that are in this room and those that are recognized on this slide. So we already heard about the investments that have been made or that are promised to be made by closed loop partners. We got food service packaging, carton council. What NextCycle is a table to get all around. We can all bring our resources, we can all bring our ideas, and all bring our funding. And so that's what we're seeing here today. So there have been 15 teams as part of the showcase pitch event that you've heard today. 218 applications have been submitted across those tracks. 92 teams were selected, and 780 organizations have been engaged. Much of the work that we are doing through NextCycle is leveraged and accelerated by the Renew Michigan Fund. So NextCycle is accelerating that impact, and the work that the team that I have the privilege to work with at the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, so the recycling specialists all the way up through the director, have worked to move over $14 million in Eagle grants over the past couple of years, and that's just the start. We've got at least that much coming again this year. So this is not only big news for Michigan, this is big news for the country. People are looking to see that Michigan has put their money where their mouth is, said that we're going to grow this economy, achieve those goals. And so we know that there have been about $381 million of total investments that have been captured that have come into the state. That really that $14 million from Eagle is leveraging, but that's just part of the story. Many of you in this room have either applied for or received the micros grants. Those are the $10,000 micros grants. They have zero match, and those are specifically designed to catalyze those. It's a small bit of funding that has a broad reach. What we have here is demonstrating. If you see on the slide, those. Let's see, down from about 2 o'clock down to about 4 o'clock. Those are the organics grants, and something that I'm really proud of is that we're started to move into that organic space pretty heavily. I mean, not everybody in here is dealing with organics, but we're seeing a growing momentum, and really we're showing our investment is also going to that. So a quarter of the funds going there. 66 micros projects selected from 121 applications. This has been pretty exciting for me to be part of, to see all the different ideas that are coming forward. And I'm really excited to tell all those stories as those grants keep moving through the process. So, excuse me. We have over $21 million that has been identified to support the NextCycle process and the projects. So that includes the closed loop partner announcement. That includes funding from food service, additional funding for projects under food service packaging. Carton Council has also committed and invested dollars in Michigan through NextCycle. We've got the Washtenaw County grants that are available. And then, as I've already mentioned, this year, the $15 million going into new projects, not those that are here. These are all new projects that are in the pipeline from the state recycling grants. And then the $75,000 awards committed for those NextCycle teams that we're working on now. So here we are. You saw the slide at the beginning. This is the next step of this process, where we get to recognize all those teams. But before we do, I would really like to get a round of applause for all of the teams, for all of the work you put into it. So we have first the People's Choice Award. That was for the showcase. That, remember, the first group that came through, you voted. And that award goes to, let's see if we had a slide for that. We'll leave that right there. to Coco Corporation. Coco Corp, where are you? All right, there you go. Come on up. You have up. This is the 500. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped away from the mic. This is the $500 award is presented.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very good. Let's do a picture.
Let's see if I can hide this. Oh, hang on. Here we go.
No. Oh yeah, are we doing that? Thanks. Thanks, Bridget.
I held my
All right.
breath.
Good, thank you. All right. So now we have our People's Choice Award for the pitch, and that will go to NextCycle. Come on up, Madeline. All right, maybe we should go on this side. This side here. Here you go. All right, and so now I'd like to invite Dan Schoonemaker up. As he's coming to the podium, I want to extend just a deep appreciation to Dan and the work that he's doing over in West Michigan, the entire state. I think the work that he is growing. When I first met Dan, it was at one of his events, the West Michigan Stand Business Forum, and he puts on events and they just run so perfectly. And I was just so, I've been always very impressed by the way that you run your events. So I hope that we've maybe come even just slightly close to what your expectations were today. So come on up to the podium and you can announce this next award. Am I going to spoil anything if I move the slides forward? No. No? Oh, good. Well, see, I can't, so I broke it.
Matt's gonna look really bad if I fall down right now or like poke my eye out. Yeah. So for those of you who were here this morning, we saw a half dozen wonderful projects from the FLOWS track of organizations that are looking to address what is the most common material that is being sent to landfills and waste energy facilities in Michigan. And the issue that, though we don't give it enough credit, is generally regarded as one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions in the United States, and the easiest pathway for us to promote decarbonization in the states. And before I go on, I want to just give a quick round of applause for all the wonderful companies that participated in that. And as a representative of the judging panel, I am happy to recognize West Michigan's own Wormies as the competition winner.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Let's do this. Let's stand. We come over this way. So as we're doing, can everybody hear me if I'm stepping away from the mic? If I say it right out. As we're doing this, here, you can have this here, please.
Yes.
And just 1 second, because there are wallets that were donated by a Micros grant recipient, Pingree, and they make wallets out of reused materials from the automotive industry. And so
Awesome,
that
yeah.
is a symbolic
Great, thank you.
award.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty nice of Pingree to donate these awards or these wallets, and you should take a look at them. They're really nice. Yes, I can repeat. Those are from Pingree. They're a Micros grant recipient, and they make wallets and other like make leashes and wallets out of automotive materials. So they pull them out of automotive through working with the automotive industry. So, and somebody, And ask Maddie, she knows more. Okay, now we have, we're inviting up Dan Radomski. Is that right? So Dan is with Centrepolis. I introduced him, or I talked about him earlier. He's part of the NextCycle team and has been just a really, really important part of making those connections. When we began designing NextCycle, we knew we needed to get a good team on board that knows about economic development, how to throw a pitch, and then also the technical team that RRS and MRC brings. So Dan really has that. He brings the right amount of knowledge of the industry from a business development side, as well as this networking that happens. So Dan, please come.
Thank you. Yeah, so for those that are less familiar with Centrepolis Accelerator, we're a incubation arm at Lawrence Tech, but we support the whole state of Michigan, thanks to Eagle, who funds our work, not just as a partner on NextCycle Michigan, but we also manage with the support also of Michigan Economic Development Corporation, the state's only true kind of hardware incubator, which is focused on physical products, advanced materials, and advanced manufacturing technologies. And the way we do that is we have in-house product development, design, engineering, prototyping, testing, and a wide variety of services that makes it easier to get products to market and to get products to market effectively at the right cost points and to be durable and reliable and ultimately be made right here in our home state of Michigan. So I personally grew up as a machinist and been in manufacturing my whole life. So it's been a personal passion of mine. And as you know, most of the innovations you saw today, solution providers, are materials-based innovations. They need a lot of work to be designed and engineered and in manufactured and brought to market. So as an incubator, we help support the great team along with RRS, and applaud to Matt and Eagle team for having the vision for this program. NextCycle Michigan is part supporting technologies that need to go through some level of piloting and proof points before ultimately they can be scaled. So that's really what we've created here, is a really unique program in that regard. And we're grateful to be a part of it. And we're also, making available a small award, but an important award for one entity here today, $5,000 of cash equivalent services to help support their product development, prototyping, and testing. And that awardee is, are we ready? Glacier. Rebecca, who would be hopefully still joining us online.
I'm here.
Next time she's in town. If she's not on, we can give her a call, maybe have her come and hold.
Oh, can you guys hear me? I'm here.
Wonderful.
Congrats, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Dan. We're really excited to partner with you in Centrepolis.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Okay, where are we? So how do you, somebody else, I think I just realized somebody else is driving this thing and I'm just up here pushing buttons, and that's okay. That's all right. All right. So quick story about MEDC and the work that Nadia does. A few years back, we worked, this is before the funding was available, and we worked with the previous governor and legislature to get the Renew Michigan Fund in place. And we had a session at the Michigan Recycling Coalition Conference. And one of the main things that came out of that conference is connecting with the economic development tools and resources that are available in this state. We need a better job doing that. At the next conference a year later, we had Governor Snyder there, and we had MEDC speaking, and we had those connections being made right there. And it was really exciting to see the transformation that happened when we had MEDC at the table, bringing their tools and resources. I'm in an environmental agency. What we do, I say a lot of times the work that I'm doing is seen as something that's not what we typically do. So we need to bring in that firepower of other agencies and other people. And I think that we've really shown that with Nadia. So thank you, Nadia, for being part of this process.
Thanks, Matt. So this afternoon, we saw pitches from quite a few really great companies. They're all doing great work to try and solve the problem of recyclables and try and make our economy more circular and save the planet. And also at the end of the day, it makes our companies more profitable. So they all did a great job. And I think my pleasure to announce that the winner of the pitch competition is NextCycle.
And you get a wallet.
I think I did twice, but I can do it again. I think I screwed it up both times though. So we'll yeah, we do appreciate Pingree donating those wallets, and I really like working with them as a micros grant recipient. And now I have one more, right? One more. What? That's it. Good. I was like, there should have been one. There we go. Aha, that's for Glacier. Okay. I am just so happy that we've gotten to this stage, and I would say we've got more of these coming. So the work that we're doing, bringing in additional funding, making those partnerships, these are just 2 tracks. And I would encourage all of you, please, to think about those other parts of your network where this work could benefit. There are ideas in this room that haven't come out yet, because that's part of this process of drawing those ideas out. I am looking so forward to the next time we're going to be together, which is on May 11th to 13th at the Michigan Recycling Coalition Conference. So please look that up, because that is another great space where you can network and learn from this community. And so let's just give everybody a round of applause, and let's head out. Everybody. Yeah.